Hello everyone, my name is Amanda R.N. Rockwell. I write, read, and review vampire fiction. Today we are taking a look at Fever Dream by George R.R. Martin. And this is the physical version of the book, in case you needed to proof I actually have it. Ooh. Yes, that George R.R. Martin. Didn't know he wrote a vampire novel, did you? Fever Dream was originally published in 1982 and predates A Game of Thrones by about 14-ish years, give or take. The cover of this edition claims it is a groundbreaking vampire novel. I wouldn't exactly call it groundbreaking, but I did feel it was an interesting read. Fever Dream takes place between April of 1857 and May of 1870 in the United States. The protagonist is Abner Marsh, a riverboat captain who is pretty down on his luck at the start of the book. He has a business of steamboats that run along the Mississippi River, and he just came off of a rather harsh winter that basically annihilated his entire fleet of steamboats, save for one. Marsh is approached by a rather mysterious businessman named Joshua York who wants to strike a deal with him. Essentially, Marsh gets the boat of his dreams, so long as York can be the co-owner of his business, and Marsh doesn't inquire as to the secrets that York wants to keep. Naturally, things don't stay that way. The counter to Marsh and York is vampire bloodmaster Damon Julian and his human servant, known as Sour Billy Tipton. I'm not going to go into detail much at all concerning these two, because doing so would be hard without spoilers, but let's just say they are royal piece of work, these two. You really learn to hate them by the end of the book. What I found particularly interesting with this novel was Martin's choice to make it take place mostly on a steamboat. It's deliberately meant as a way to show the reader how his vampires are different from the ones we normally see in fiction, which I thought was a pretty clever way to go about it. One of my favorite parts of the book is actually a chapter that takes place roughly about halfway through, in which Marsh learns about the truth about the vampires and, where their approximate origins come from and all that jazz, which I thought was pretty neat. It's different from what you normally see with vampires, for sure. There are an awful lot of words spent on describing steamboats, their parts, their functionality, and so on. But I'm the type of person that I don't mind when it comes to being descriptive, to a point. So I didn't feel it was quite bad enough that it would bother me. It did come close a couple of times, though. Close, but not so much that I wanted to put the book down. There is a very strong theme of slavery in this book. For context, most of this novel takes place in the years before slavery was abolished in the United States. Not only does this book tackle slavery of black people by white people, as was common for the time, there are also vampires enslaving humans and even their own kind, willingly or otherwise. One group wants to end slavery in some manner. The other wants to keep it going as long as possible because naturally it benefits them. It's what drives the plot of the novel for the most part. I feel that overall it was written better than Salem's Lot, so the book is at least deserving of a 3-star rating, and that is what I settled on. It could have been a 4-star though, and there are 4 main reasons as to why this is. Reason number 1, the ending was pretty lackluster. If you're expecting a big battle of some kind, you will be disappointed. Flat out. The villains absolutely get what they deserve in the end, as they should. However, the novel teases something bigger for the climax, and then it fails to deliver. It sits you down on something else, and I wasn't fond of that. I kind of felt left down. I'll be honest. Reason number 2 is the villains were kind of meh. Sure, Damon Julian and Sour Billy are pretty nasty SOBs, and the book goes out of its way to make that really, really clear. But Damon Julian is evil just because, and Sour Billy is a sexist, racist asshole. That's it. Not every villain needs a backstory or a way to sympathize with them, but these guys have next to nothing going for them outside of that. Very forgettable. Reason number 3, and probably one of the most grating ones. Too many lies. Ever watch a movie or a show or read a book where characters lie for seemingly no apparent reason? Just because? Yeah, that's what happens here. A little too much, in fact. There's a difference between keeping secrets and then being deliberately misleading for no reason aside from just padding the pages. Don't do this, guys. If you ever write your own book, just don't do this. And number 4, the N-word is used far too frequently. I get it. It's the time period, and if it was relegated to dialogue only, I would have let it slide. But the word shows up in both normal and slang forms in the narrative. And this is not a first-person narrative. This is a third-person narrative. Third person, guys. This is especially prevalent in the first half of the novel, and it drove me up the wall. There were at least a few chapters that were very, very hard to read because it was, like every few sentences. This is excessive. Like, I get historical accuracy, but that's no excuse. That is far too much. There are other words you can use. There's other ways you can go about it. Other authors have done it. Overall, I feel that Fevre Dream is definitely worth reading at the very least, if for no other reason than just to see how different Martin's interpretation of vampires is from the norm. And that's primarily what I got the book for anyways. I love seeing how authors do their own takes on vampires and take what is so commonly used, what is so common, and then put a nice little spin on it. It's what drew me to this book in the first place. So, what did you think? Did you like Fevre Dream? If not, tell me why about that too. Let's have a discussion in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I post a new one every Tuesday. Follow me on social media for more videos or alerts when those videos get uploaded. Links are in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye!